In this video lecture, we would be learning about different ways in which semiconductors can be classified. We would go through the following topics so as to develop a proper understanding of classification of semiconductor materials with the following learning objectives in mind. In general, semiconductor materials can be classified in two different ways: on the basis of their composition and on the basis of the presence of added impurities. Let us first talk about the classification based on the basis of composition. On the basis of composition, semiconductor materials fall into one of the two classes: elemental semiconductors or compound semiconductors. Elemental semiconductors are also known as single crystal semiconductors. Examples are silicon and germanium. An ingot of elemental semiconductor is made of only single element and has a repetitive crystal structure, whereas compound semiconductors can be further classified as inorganic, organic, organic polymers. This class of semiconductors are constructed of two or more semiconductor materials of different atomic structures. In this course, we would be focusing on semiconductor devices based on elemental semiconductors and compound inorganic semiconductor materials. The second classification, based on the basis of presence of added impurities in the semiconductor material, is further divided into intrinsic semiconductors and extrinsic semiconductors. The term intrinsic is applied to any semiconductor material that has been carefully refined to reduce the number of impurities to a very low level. The term intrinsic and elemental are usually used as synonyms, as both words point to the very same material, that is pure silicon or germanium crystal, which are free from the presence of any other atom in the entire crystal structure. An intrinsic semiconductor material is transformed into extrinsic semiconductor material by adding of desired impurities in a desired amount. By adding impurities, we are actually changing the physical properties of the material like conductivity, mobility, etc. This process of transformation of intrinsic semiconductor into an extrinsic semiconductor by addition of impurities is known as doping, and the impurities that are added are known as dopants. The extrinsic materials can further be classified as N-type and P-type materials based upon the dopants used for doping. An N-type material is formed by doping a pure silicon or germanium crystal with pentavalent impurities such as antimony, arsenic or phosphorus. On the other hand, P-type materials are formed by doping a pure germanium or silicon crystal with trivalent impurity atoms such as boron, gallium and indium. Therefore, we can have the following chart of classification of semiconductors. Thank you.